Chess. My name is Naiditsch, I am a chess grandmaster and we continue with our educational streams. Let's go with the next 10-minute rapid game. So we will have a lot of different ideas on the chessboard. We are just playing the rapid games and I think this is the guy who we played already, if I'm not mistaken. This is a very strange game we had. So let's see. d4, knight f6, knight c3, d5. Okay. So, welcome. Grand Miner is first to say hello. Welcome to Grand Miner. How are you doing? We have Santos as well here with us. Hello, Santos. e3, b5. As we know, we have this structure, which is a very solid structure. Next, we're gonna develop the pieces just easily, and it is a decent game for black. All right, let's see what happens next. a3. Okay, our idea is to play the move e6, so we play it. Next, we have this kind of usual development of our pieces, and we have Sir to say hello today is New Sella. Welcome. Chess with a bot also here, and Solomon as usual with us. Welcome everyone. Knight on d7. As we said, we have this usual setup, and knight on e5. Okay, this is a good knight, so usually the easiest way to get rid of the knight is just to take the knight. So we are taking the knight. Most probably we will see bishop takes because oh, pawn takes. This is a little bit surprising. Now we can go with the move knight e4, which looks pretty decent, or we go with this knight on d7, knight on f4. So the bishop is going to be under attack. The bishop has to come back. So this is also a very good position for black, in my opinion. With very good, I mean that we have quite a pleasant play. Let's think a little bit. Should we go knight e4? A bit more active, so maybe knight e4. In case bishop takes, pawn takes, this should be a good position for black because we have the bishop pair. In case knight is gonna take on e4, we're gonna take de, and now we have pair of bishops versus pair of bishops, but we have the better bishops because we have bishop f8 and b7, which are pretty free, and the bishop on f4 is not yet in the game. That's why the move d takes e5 is looking very suspicious. With suspicious, I mean, okay, you can play it, but it looks like just the wrong decision. So, Sir, can you separate each games from live and upload it as videos on your channel? Do you mean each game from the stream? It's gonna be a lot of work and a lot of videos. Why do you think it's a good idea? Then we have Santos with Sir, I'm considering chess seriously, but I'm just starting. Should I start playing tournament or get stronger than play in tournament? You should definitely start playing. Never be afraid of playing. This is extremely important. Never be scared of playing. So just play, then take conclusions. What went good, what went wrong, and try after that to improve. So this is a long process to become a good chess player. So you have to play. Play, improve, play, improve. There is no other way. You cannot be like prepared for everything. It's not gonna work. So bishop takes. Now we will have the bishop pair, which is nice. So I think we have a good start. This endgame eventually, which we are going to see, is a good endgame for black to take with a bishop. Also very strange decision by our opponent, because now what is the idea of white in this position? Black with a bishop pair, there is no long-term plan. h3, what is h3? I don't understand very much the moves of our opponent, because what is the idea of the move h3? There is never the move g5, so why to play the move h3? No idea, literally no idea. all we need to do next is to play some logical moves. So let's go with the move bishop e7. It's good to have the bishop on e7. Or it's never bad to have the bishop on e7. So let's go with it. Let's see what happens next. We have the short castle on the board. So we have to think. This sort of endgame, this is perfectly okay for black, because we have the bishop here. So this endgame is, in my opinion, slightly better for black. And of course, it is a very safe play. Next, we can do the short castle, which also looks perfectly fine. But then there is this kind of queen g4 idea. Queen g4, then bishop goes away, and the guy is gonna try to win the pawn on e4. So this kind of stuff is... I mean, it's also playable, but I think let's go for the endgame, because it just looks like a good endgame. Why should we not go for the endgame? So, yes, it would be so helpful to upload each game. Well, it takes a lot of work, this is the problem, and the live streams are already 2 hours long. Sir, I'm extremely strong online, plus 2600 in Blitz, plus Bullet, but I'm so bad in classical chess. How to improve? Okay, it's very different. Blitz, Rapid, and Classical. These are very different things, and especially in case you're playing online or you're playing over the board, it's also very, very different. So you cannot compare this. In case you want to be decent in classical chess over the board, you have to practice a lot, so you have to improve your chess, you have to improve your tactics, you have to improve your patience. Many things has to be improved, you have to work on chess. Let's go with the move rook on d7, so we have this artificial castle, so we get the rook into the game, we have the move g4. Well, but I think the bishop it will be just dead now, so we play of course the move g5 and take a look at this bishop now on f4. The bishop will literally have no moves, because to play f3 is never possible. I would say that this position is already much better for black. Let's make this artificial castle, as we said. What to do now with the bishop on g3? There are no moves. There are no moves left for the bishop on g3. We are finishing our artificial castle. Rook on d4. The idea is to take on e4. It's a good idea, but how to make it work for white? So we have the move c5 coming immediately, and this has been my idea. So we are, I think, playing the move c5. We can also go first with the move rook to d8, but why not to play the move c5 or to play the move bishop c5? Both is possible. I don't know which move is the best. Maybe c5, because it feels like the right decision. We are attacking the rook. Feels like a better position. Let me read the chat for a second. Welcome everyone who is new to VChess. We have educational chess content here. I'm playing rapid game, discussing the games, and we are trying to become a little bit better chess player day by day. A question by Stink: can I clip videos from your stream and upload it on your channel? Of course, thank you very much in advance for the idea and for the potential help. Thank you very much. We will think about it. Thank you. Maybe it's a good idea, but we need to think about it, because otherwise we have so much on the channel. Just imagine now already daily we have 2 live streams, and we have 2 another live streams by Gemelin. We have some shorts, but it might be a good idea. Yeah, thank you very much. By the way, I think in case you are serious, can you please send us an email? So send us an official email with short introduction of who you are, so we know who we are talking to. This would be very, very helpful, and maybe, yes, we can make some of your ideas happen. And again, thank you very much, appreciate it for the offer to help us. Thank you. Tommy is here. Good morning. I play chess also here. Welcome everyone to VChess. So let's see what we will have next in the current endgame. As I said, that bishop on g3 is a dead piece, so we are playing quite a strategic game here. f3 is the only way to freeze the bishop, but we have always this e takes f3, so the bishop is dead. There is nothing gonna happen with the bishop on g3. Now, with the black pieces, we might play even this h5, h4 to secure that the bishop is really out of the game completely. And then we're gonna play here on the queen side with basically having a full piece up. So we have the bishop on e7, bishop on b7. We're starting to push with a bishop pair on the queen side, and this should end, I think, in a very, very difficult endgame for our opponent. I don't see a way how to play here for white. We have the move bishop on h2. I have no idea where the bishop is going. So maybe let's play the move h5 as we planned. So we have here the little threat to take. In case bishop goes back, we're just gonna close the whole king side. And next is the move bishop on c6. So it's gonna be very hard play. Thank you. Think I will send an official email. Yes, please. Always send us official emails because it's always the best. As you know, the internet is a crazy place. So always please send us official emails with your ideas, and yeah, appreciate it in advance. Let's see what our opponent is going to play. Very difficult position. Bishop c6, b4 could be the idea. I will start the preparation of advancement here. Rook h1, what is that? I cannot believe what I see, because I can simply take, and then we have this dead pin on the h file. Wow, what is that? Is this serious? I'm a little bit confused by the move rook h1. Of course, I take it. And now there is this dead pin on the h file. The only way to get rid of the pin is to play king f1, king on g2, then to change the rooks, but the problem here remains. There is no changes in the major problem. So I think we have so many winning options here. Just maybe to play the move b4. Why not? We are now advancing with our pawns. It's like we're playing a piece up position. The best white can do is to get the king on g2 and then to play something like bishop g3, but still white is playing just a bishop down. To play bishop down cannot lead to anything good here. So the strategy of our opponent, very doubtful. And yeah, we are trying to make use out of our bishop pair, plus long-term strategy to have this kind of bishop up position, which should be close to winning for black. Knight goes to b1, next knight will go to d2. Is it dangerous? I don't think so. So let's just advance here with our pawns. a5, we have all the time in the world. We have a4 coming next, we have bishop a6 coming next. We have bishop d5 in case of knight on d2, just to fix the knight, so the knight is gonna have no squares to go. But maybe a4, a3 is actually a deadly threat, so we can expect something like b3 now. Well, is it possible to save a game like that? Usually no, it is not, because black is having too big of an advantage. Let's go with the move bishop d5 just to secure everything. There is basically almost nothing that white is capable of playing here. White is paralyzed, especially here on the h file. So next, maybe I have even an idea to play like king b7, then we get the bishop from here over d8 and we just win the pawn on e5 because of the pin. c4, wow. c4, what is the move c4? White is hoping for some checks, but yeah. Okay, little hope. Let's go now the move bishop c6 back. We are not in a rush and we have always the move a4. We could have taken, also this would be good. But why to take? We can enjoy the current position. Once again, white is completely paralyzed. We'll have the move a4 in the right moment. We have idea of king on b7. So, should we play the move king on b7? Is it time, or is it just time to promote the pawn? Maybe. Let's go to promote the pawn. Sorry. a4 is looking good. Next, we take. Next, we get the bishop to c2. Next, we play the move b3. And the game should be over. Still, the problem on the h-file remains. Still, the bishop on h2 cannot be moved. So, no major changes here. Nice positional game on the stream. I hope you like. I hope you like my comments. I hope you're enjoying our channel on VChess. Of course, like and subscribe in case you didn't do it already. Rook on c1. Well, what happens in case I push my pawn to b3? As well, I can simply take because bishop down. White is playing position with a bishop down. So we can take, easy win. We can play the move b3, easy win. What is more easy? I think to play the move b3 because b2 will be coming next. It is a complete game over. There's no hope to be back here from the current position. So, nice start. Nice start of today's stream. We are starting with a nice positional victory, in my opinion. Very, very soon the game should be over. King on c6. Just, we get the king a little bit closer. We're taking the pawn on c4. Or we can play as well the move bishop a3, which is easily winning position. We can play the move bishop b4, getting rid of the knight first. And then we go with the move b2, so we can choose how to finish the current game. Maybe even I will go with the move bishop b4. It's alright. We're gonna attack the knight. Bishop on g3, still out of the game. So we managed to fulfill our plan almost perfectly. Look at this bishop, still out of the game. Now we can play the move b2. And I think after b2 it is basically resignation because we get b1 next. So let's double check if b2 is finishing the game. There are some checks. Yes, there is a check, but we can simply go away. Let's say to b7, so there are no checks, there is no nothing. We're gonna promote, so it is a game over, b2. And that's it. There is no way to save the current game. Last check of the game, I would say, as promised, king on b7, no checks, no nothing. b1 is coming next. That's it. That's it. The game is over. Nice. We have a good start in the first game of the stream. Like and subscribe, especially like now, because we will be pushed a little bit by the algorithm. So let's give it. He wants a rematch. Okay, we always play a rematch in case we have a fair game. So let's play one rematch. Let's go with the move d4. Yes, Santos. B pawn going to the queen. Of course, that's correct. Welcome, welcome everyone to the stream. d4, d5. We have the classical Queen's Gambit approach here by d4, d5, e6. Let's go with knight f3 or knight c3. Let's go knight c3. So to play the very classical Queen's Gambit, knight f6 is the main move to access the Queen's Gambit. Knight f6, cd. This is as well the main move. And then we have bishop f4 or bishop on g5. As we saw in the candidates, very, very popular opening now. Queen's Gambit is back because for some time not so many top chess players been playing the Queen's Gambit. Now Queen's Gambit is back because this is a classical Queen's Gambit. A lot of players are calling Queen's Gambit as well with the move knight on f3, but the classical Queen's Gambit is with the move bishop on g5. So this is like the very, very main. We continue with the move e3 to get out the bishop to d3. This is what we want. All right. So What do we have? Bishop on e7, normal. Let's continue the move bishop on d3, also normal to put the bishop here. And next the knight might go to e2 and then to f4. Knight on d7, all is okay. Maybe black is getting ready to play the move c5 and I'm getting ready to play the move knight f4, or after c5, yes, c5 on the board. So we can choose short castle play with the move knight f4, or we can choose to take first and then we play against the isolated pawn. Both is very, very playable. Let's go with the short castle first and let's see. Let's see if black is gonna play the move c4. Let's see if black is gonna do the short castle h6. This is surprising approach by our opponent, because I believe maybe we can just take, because we are ready for the action in the center. Black could have played h6 many moves ago. I would have gone bishop h4 like 100%, but now I think we can take here on f6. It looks a bit strange to give up on the bishop, but we have the knight f4 idea. So I think it's possible now to take bishop takes f6. We have here this little check on b5. Could be very, very unpleasant check for black. So usually what we do here is to take on c5. Bishop takes c5 is forced because there is nothing else, otherwise we will be pawn up, so white will be doing better. And after bishop takes, we have two major ideas. One, bishop b5, not so pleasant, because how to react against bishop b5? In case you keep your king in the center, well, white is better. In case you play bishop d7, white is better because we change a piece and we have this knight which might go directly to f4, so trouble with the pawn on d5. As well, to play knight f4 immediately is not a bad move by all means. Short castle we're gonna take here, and we have this opposite color bishop position. For those of you who know chess history, look the wonderful game of Karpov against Kasparov, Queen's Gambit, opposite color positions from their legendary match. How well Karpov executed this opposite color play and won his game. Alright, I think bishop b5 straight away is maybe the right decision, because I just don't see a defense for black. Bishop d7 feels so bad to go back. Knight on d7 is gonna lose the pawn. He decides to go king f8. Well, with the king on f8, I think we can be now very, very sure that white is doing better. To get the rook into the game from h8 is not an easy task. Maybe let's continue first with a move like rook on c1. Very useful. We have the rook versus the bishop. We might have knight takes d5 next. So we can choose freely what we are going to play next here. Let's see what is going to be the next move of our opponent. So why not bishop on a6, preventing his king to save the rook? I think IDBM, you mean is in the last game or in the current game? We have bishop on e7, so now we can get the knight on f4, we can get the knight on d4, both it looking nice. I like the move knight on f4 somehow better, but maybe knight on d4 is better. I don't know what is better. Both is looking very good. I don't think there is a big difference, by the way. Both is looking normal. Okay, let's get the knight on d4. Last game, question by IDBM. Why not bishop a6, preventing his king to save the rook? I don't know, Hadi, which place exactly? I mean, there was something. Not sure. Good afternoon, GM. How are you? Raymond is back. Raymond, we didn't see you for a while. Welcome, Raymond, to the stream. Thank you. I'm doing well. I hope you're having as well. Good day. We played a nice game. First game, quite nice from the stream. Now we have the move a6. Usually we go just back with the bishop. Now we can go also back to d3 or e2, depending on our plan. Both is very good. The king might go to g8, so we have this artificial castle idea. But it's very difficult to get it done, because I think I have even bishop d3, so I'm controlling everything. I don't know where to put the bishop. Let's put the bishop to e2, a very safe square. And then we might bring even the second knight on f4. or d4, so we might be able to take here. And then we have this opposite color bishops, where white is playing basically for free, so we sacrifice nothing to get a big positional advantage. Bean is also with us. Welcome, welcome, Bean. So, Raymond is saying, same working like a groundhog. Raymond from the Philippines. Welcome, Raymond. Zunik here, I think new to the channel. We have the move g5 on the board. What a risky play, because the king is gonna be now in trouble. I think I should start peeking, maybe by playing queen on b3, attacking the pawn on b7, and maybe we will have something like bishop on f5. So we start sort of tricky play against the king on f8 as well. We have a beautiful idea here to play knight on e2. King gets here, and we play knight on g3, so we put the knight to f5. What a monster will be the knight on f5. So many options to play. f4 is also definitely not a bad option to push here immediately on the f-file, but I like so much the move knight e2, because if we can get the knight on f5, look at the knight on f5, it's gonna be just game over basically. We can try to get the knight on f5, g4. Our opponent is fearless, but this is a bit too much not to play the move g4, because even I can take here, then I have this knight on f4, the knight is getting to g6. Whoa, this looks horrible. What is the move g4? So I think we can simply take. Pawn has to take, there is nothing else here. Next we're gonna play the move knight on f4, attacking the pawn on e6, and you can see that opposite color bishops are always good for the attacker. So yes, we have a question by Chessmaster. My accuracy is 85% and still on 1950 on Lichess. Accuracy is not an indication. It depends if the line of theory is very long. It depends if you are making big blunders or positional errors. Oh, our opponent just resigned. So accuracy is not a very good indication. In case you would play classical game with average 85, then you would be at least a grandmaster. So this is not an indication. Alright, we're winning because in case of king on f7, there is bishop on g6 check. And the king has to go somewhere. We're gonna win the pawn on e6 next, and the game is over. Of course, a bit early to resign in the current position. But alright, I think it was a nice positional game. In case you're enjoying our content here on VChess, like and subscribe. Not to miss some great ideas, some tactical battles on which you might improve your own play. Next game, let's go. We have the move c4, and let's answer with the move e5. Let's see what we are going to have. g3, I like this move h5. Not the best, but very funny idea. h4, let's go. So we are avoiding this kind of bishop g2. Still bishop g2, this is surprising. I thought we're gonna avoid this move, but no, we did not. Now d6 was idea h3, and what is this? This is possible to play like that. Very surprising play by our opponent, because now I think we can just take. Look at this structure. This cannot be a good structure for white. So I think we're doing very well now. Can we somehow get to the g3 pawn quickly? I don't think so. I don't see how to get quickly to the g3 pawn, so maybe let's just play the move f5 and develop the pieces normally, so we will be doing fine, step by step. No rush, no rush. So, b3, he also gets the pieces out. We can try this very aggressive move f4. By the way, let me know in the chat, would you push f4 with a queen h4 check? So, ultra aggressive, or maybe to get first out the pieces. I like to get out the pieces first before doing something, so yeah. Solomon is asking, what's the right way to deal with h5, h4 for white? Yes, h4 is usually a good move. Again, the move h5, easy move. Or you play h3, and in case of h4 you go g4, so this is also quite okay. But you should not let the pawn to h5. I mean, you can, but then you have to play without the move bishop g2. So this is usually the right reaction against the move h5. Okay, let's develop our knight on c6. So we have a normal game here. Maybe black is doing slightly better, I would say, but it's still completely normal game. We would like to get our knight on h5. Bishop g5, we're finishing the development. We continue with our idea, knight on h5 next. So, ideas are clear. Let's see what happens. Zunik is writing, my accuracy is 60-70. I have been playing chess for a month. Is it okay? Also, my elo is 700-800. I don't know this kind of statistics. This is all nonsense. Don't look at statistics. Statistics are not telling you much, especially online statistics. That is not an indication. So if you just started to play chess and you already you are able to win a couple of games time to time, I think you're doing well. So you're on a good way to become a better chess player. So knight on h5 is coming next. What is the defense for white in the current position against the move knight h5? Because we would like to get to the pawn g3, which is a3. White plays the move a3. What is the point of the move a3? Not sure. So I am playing the move knight h5. As we said, we try to get to the g3 pawn in case we can. So we are proceeding with our idea. g3 pawn is under attack. Probably there is bishop takes e7, like the only way to play here with white, and we take with a knight. So we get even more pieces towards where the action is gonna be, and the action is gonna be on the king side. So once you see you have a chance to regroup, because you see that the action is gonna be obviously here on the king side. That's why this move knight e7 is immediately making sense. We're getting the knight on g6. We bring more and more pieces. Next f4 eventually, and we start with a mating attack on the king on f2. Should we play the move knight on g6, or maybe should we go the move f4 instantly? Not sure, but I think both is looking very good. So maybe let's go immediately with the move f4. There is no reason to wait with the move f4. g3 is a big weakness. In case white is gonna take, we're gonna take. So huge knight on f4, king on f2. We're gonna do still the short castle. We should not forget about the short castle. We are still having this option. And the rook is gonna join the mating attack. In case of g4, we might be able to put this beautiful knight on g3, attacking the rook next, knight on g6, etc, etc. Now we have the move knight e4 here. White is bringing the defender, but is it not too late to bring the defender already? We have the move knight f5 followed by knight on e3. It looks very, very powerful. As well, just simply to take on g3 and the king on f2, it will be so alone. Is looking powerful as well. We have to choose from these options of knight f5, g4, knight on e3, attacking the queen. Looks very, very nice. I think it's difficult to play something else. Once you see the move knight f5, this is luring you too much. So let me play the move knight f5, because how not to play a move knight f5 and knight on knight on e3 when we have a chance to get the knight on e3? Not to do it. It's just too difficult. So I put the knight there. So let's see. Party boy is saying, I've been playing for 25 years. Used to play on ICC. So I remember ICC as well. ICC been during my young years. I've been just a boy when ICC been very, very popular. It was more popular than chess.com. I think chess.com did not exist even back then. So ICC, I remember, yeah. ICC, a very funny platform. You had every command was on the keyboard. Good times of ICC, yeah. queen on d2. No, our knight is under attack, so let's go back. We have this beautiful knight on e3. Very, very nice knight. Black is doing better to my understanding with a knight on e3. How not to be better? So, knight f6. What could be the play of white here? Not so easy to play this position with the white pieces. We have this monster knight on e3. Next, we have to think if we're gonna castle short side, maybe aiming long term for a long castle, also possible. First, we have to knight takes e4, so white has to solve a direct problem. Let's see how our opponent is going to solve this problem. Not so easy, by the way, because take looks clearly better for black. To go away with a knight doesn't look so good as well. There is this bishop takes g4 sacrifice somewhere. So not easy to fight in this position for our opponent. And I believe we came to the moment when we have the F button push. For those of you who is new to VChess, we have the F button once we see a winning combination. So let me double check if this is a winning combination. By the way, we have few ways, I think, to win the current position. Okay, this would be too early to push the F button because it's not immediately a winning combination, it's just a win. So maybe no F button here. Let's double check, or F button. Let me calculate a little bit in the current position if bishop takes g4 is winning by force, but it's not winning by force, so this is a problem. It is a win, it is for sure a win, but it's not a win by force. So we have simpler ways of just taking with a knight on e4. And next is going to be this queen h4 check. The queen is getting to g3. Ooh, the bishop is dead on g2. Look at this bishop on g2. This is a very, very sad position now for white. No moves. Literally no moves. So we still give a check. Looks good. Next, we're gonna get the queen on g3, and white will be completely paralyzed. So take a look at that. No moves. Literally no moves left. Rook on h2. I think we can just take the pawn. And the game is over. I think so. Let's take the pawn. Because knight cannot be taken, the rook is falling. We have the checkmate idea next. So now we can give a checkmate in one. And of course, we do it. HDBM likes to push the F. No, this is not fair to push the F here. He just resigns because there is a checkmate coming next on f2. So yeah, queen f2 with a checkmate. All right, let's go immediately with the next game. This one we managed quite well, I think. We are black again, and e4 on the board. Let's go with the French. We haven't been playing French for quite a while. I'm playing all kind of openings just because it makes the stream more interesting. Knight on d2. Well, not the most active system, I would say. We go the move c5 and knight on c6. So we're covering the center, and now we have this kind of King's Indian reversed. So usually for white it is to play, yeah, g3, or knight goes to e2, f3. Let's go the move knight e7. The opening is not so important. Knight e7 has the idea of g6 and bishop g7 next, but both is possible. To play with a move knight f6 and knight on g7, nothing wrong with both g6 and bishop on g7. If we would turn the board now, we will have King's Indian reversed. Alright. So, h4, idea is h5, so he tries to do to us what we did to our opponent in the last game, but we are tricky, so we don't let the guy to play the move h5, but we counter with the move h6. h6 is useful. h5, g5, this is good for black usually. Next, we're gonna play the move bishop g7, and with the move h4, maybe somewhere we will have the move g5. So let's see what happens next. First, we get the bishop to g7. It's always good to have the bishop on g7. Cannot be a bad square. And now we have to think. So we have the normal setup with the move short castle, we have more aggressive setups in case we would like to push the move g5. So for example, we can try to play the move d4, white has to play the move e5. And we're able to try to put g5, but it's a little bit too risky. So for example, I don't like this kind of play very much. I think simple short castle is a better choice. Now, with the bishop on g7, we are not scared of any kind of mating threats, because the bishop on g7 is just too powerful, so to give a checkmate will be almost impossible. Welcome everyone to VChess. Who is new? We are having here educational chess material, many interesting position chess tactics. We are focused on making you a better chess player. Like and subscribe to support the channel a little bit. Thank you in advance for that. Of course, in case you have some questions, write them in the chat. If I see your question, I will be answering your question. If I don't see your question, we have a lot of good guys in the chat that might help you out. So I see a question by Zach D. Hello, can you use gambits at opening and it would be fun to watch? I think gambits are not very smart, so this would make no sense. Gambit is having usually two different outcomes. Your opponent doesn't know the gambit and you might be winning very fast. Your opponent knows the gambit and you're doing very bad. So it is not advisable to play gambits. They're making no sense. You're just hoping for a mistake and you're learning absolutely zero from the gambits. So to play a gambit is not a good idea. That's why I'm playing decent chess. I'm describing chess the way I see it, so you can improve on your game. Gambit is not helping you to become a better chess player, so there is no sense in that. e5 finally played, but now we have this bishop on a6, I think. The bishop taking beautiful position. Let's go. d3 is pretty weak. Knight on f1, so he's aiming for knight h2, knight on g4, but will it work? Because I think we should get here. Decent play with the black pieces. We have this queen on c7 just attacking the pawn on e5. By the way, not so easy to defend the pawn. So maybe queen c7, or should I go with the move d4? d4, c4, b5 would be also something very normal. What should we do here? I think queen c7 is the right play. So we are trying to attack the pawn. We have to play here quickly with the black pieces, because in case the knight gets to g4, this is a little problem. So we should not let knight get to g4. We should not let it happen. Bishop f4, also very good play by our opponent. Knight gets to f5. It's pretty safe for black still, but we have to push somehow. How to push in the current position? b5, b4 is looking normal, but then there is this knight g4 idea, so we have to be a little bit careful with that. We can go with the h5, knight f5, so this is also pretty safe. With the bishop on g7, in most of the cases, to give a checkmate is going to be a very difficult task. So what should we do here? Knight on f5, or start immediately with a counterplay like d4 or b5? What should we play here? I think b5. Let's go. Let's go with the move b4. We have to get some counterplay. So let's go for it. In case the knight gets to g4, we will be playing the move knight f5. It's very far away from a checkmate. To give a checkmate to the bishop g7 is very, very difficult. Queen on d2. Attacking the pawn on h6 makes sense. So I play the move king h7 to keep the things. Next b4. Next queen gets here. And then we try to do something. Knight is getting to g4 as we expected, so let's go with the move b4. We will have now a very crazy position because white is going to push against our king. Is it a checkmate or are we doing fine? Let's see. So we have to take. Now, should we put knight on g8 or f5? This is a question. This is a real question. Knight on g8 or knight on f5. Knight f5, there is this check. We're gonna go away. There is a move g4. Then we can take. So this is fine. Or it's not. No, we cannot take. We cannot take knight g8 probably. Not a move that is looking great, but still not easy to give a checkmate to the king. Somehow I did something wrong. I did something wrong because now white is doing better. What did I do wrong? We are getting outplayed. Still, it's a big fight, so let's see. With the bishop on g7 to give a checkmate, it's usually almost impossible. How is he doing that? Because bishop on g7 and checkmate doesn't go well in most of the cases. That's why all this opening to the bishop on g7 are so safe. But now we are under heavy pressure here. In case we get somehow queen a5, d4, black will be doing well. But it's still 2 moves to go. Maybe we should just go into defense with the move on queen e7 or with the move knight e7, knight to f5 to have like this full defense mode. But I don't know if we should, because this kind of full defense mode is usually not the best. So let's see. We have a lot of... let me read for the second what is going on in the chat. King on h2, fantastic move by our opponent, but how he can play so strong? How is he playing so well? He wants to go rook on h1, but okay. What a play. And then he would like to go knight on g5 and just give us a checkmate. Wow. Very, very strong. So I think I have to push d4 because we have to do something. This kind of knight g5 idea might be extremely dangerous, so I hope with the move d5 at least to be in the game, because this rook h1 followed by the move knight on g5 is so strong. We go immediately with the move queen a5, so to change the queens is the saver. After changing the queens, to give a checkmate will be a very difficult task. So queen on a5, of course he's going to avoid the change of the queens. This is surely, but this move c4 I don't like very much. I think he should have played the move rook to c1, white to play the move c4. A little bit strange. So we might be back. In case we change the queens, the position of black will be fine. To give a checkmate without queens is basically impossible. We have the move h5 just in case somewhere. Queen on c1, this is correct, of course. But I will be continuing hunting him for the exchange of the queens. I understand that he can take it and then play the move for rook on c1, so we might lose a pawn on c3, but we should be able to get some counterplay finally. The knights will be not in the best shape, because the knights are there to give me a checkmate. So once there is no checkmate, black is doing fine in most of the cases. Also the move queen c1, a little bit strange. Why not to play queen on e2 and follow your strategy? So I think by making these moves, now we are doing well with the black pieces in the current position. We have this f5 idea, by the way, quite beautiful. Maybe we can make it work to play this f5, because the bishop from g7 will be defending the pawn on c3. Can we make it work? Let's see. We have the simple move h5, but I don't like, because there is this check, knight is hanging, so we cannot do that. But the move f5 or the move f6 is looking like something very interesting in my opinion in the current position. So should we go with the move f5 or should we go with the move f6? That is the question. Not sure. I think we should play the move f5. By the feeling, it is the right way to play, but let's go. Let's go with the move f5. Feels good. In case of taking, we have the knight f6 and the bishop gets into the game. In case knight goes away, then I think the black pieces are now well positioned. So e5 theoretically will be weak at some point. We might just double up on the d file. The pawn is weak. Yes, white is having the pawn up, but I think the position of black is fine. It doesn't look like that white is doing better. So we're okay. In the beginning, we've been under heavy pressure. Our opponent played, I think, a fantastic game. Especially the idea of king h2, rook h1, very, very good. Just I cannot understand why after that great play, he decided to go for endgame. Very strange, not following his own strategy. Yes, this endgame is playable, but I think white just had a much better position. So why not to accumulate on that? A little bit confusing. Alright, next, what should we do? I think to bring the rook is usually the right choice here. Or, yeah, I think we should just play this move. So rook is gonna attack the pawn on d3. The game is very, very complex, but let's see how it's gonna be developing. So we have this knight on b4 idea, trying to get the pawn on d3. Is it possible to win the pawn? Might be. So let's go the move knight on b4. How to defend the pawn on d3 in a good way. The next knight might go to c6. We have to be careful with the move a3, but that's alright. As I think you feel that black is back. We've been under heavy pressure, but now we are back. So, let's see. What happens next? Bishop on f1. Passive. Very, very passive play by our opponent. So, let's get the pieces. Let's get the pieces. Knight on b4. In case white is gonna play the move a3. This is nice, because then I just go back and there is no more of this rook a3, which could be annoying. I can also go bishop b7 in a good... in the right moment, so let's go back. No more rook a3, which is good. We are putting some pressure here on the d file. We would like to put some pressure on the e5 pawn. We would like to play eventually knight on d4, so many small ideas here for black. That's why I think the position is okay. Pawn down, yes, but position is fine for black. We are back in the game. In the beginning, heavy pressure. Now we are back. Rook on b1 is making sense, but we play the move knight on d4. Beautiful knight. The knight can never be captured because we take back with a pawn and it would be game over, fork here. So we keep in mind that we might be able somewhere to play the move g5. Next, maybe let's take over the b file. And then we get the knight on c6. So we have decent counterplay here. Knight on f3 is hanging. So first of all, white has to do something now. To go back with a knight, not a beautiful move. Knight c6, winning the pawn on e5. In case of bishop on g2, we have the move knight on e2. Attacking the rook, we might take the bishop. I don't know if I have to do that, but it's possible, let's say like this. Something to be calculated. In case I don't want to play knight on e2 after bishop g2, I'm gonna play just the move knight on c6. And it's gonna be, as well, a beautiful position for black, because I think we're gonna win the pawn on e5 in a long run. Now that we provoked the move a3, the rook on c3 is completely out of the game. So maybe let's proceed with the move knight on c6. Idea, take the pawn on e5. Beautiful knight. Knight on c2. He's fighting my knight, so it's a fight of knights. Quite funny. Pair of knights trying to confuse each other. Happening not very often. So I think now let's just take. And next, we are winning the pawn back. It means black with at least equal position, probably already now with a better position. Bishop pair. So we have to cover here the 7th rank just in case, but I think we're able to do that. So we should be doing better. Maybe there is idea of a rook e1, so we have to be a little bit careful here with rook e1 idea. Let's get closer with our king to f6. King in the center, always good. King g2. King f6. So a4. Where is the idea of white? It is to play the move knight a3, knight on b5. Not bad. Not a bad idea. Let's double up on the d file to put more pressure here. Bishop e2. Alright, so step by step we are gaining some small advantage in my opinion. Still not easy to win the current position because there is knight on b5 coming. So we have to attack something, or we have to play some good positional move, and maybe we have a nice decision here to close the b file like that. Very interesting in my opinion, so let's play. Bishop on c7, bishop on a5, so this is our idea. And we will be closing the file forever with the bishop on b4. We have simple check and eventually the move a6 coming next, which is looking not so bad. So let's think. I think bishop b4. Why not? Why not to put the bishop on b4? So step by step we are getting there. No, I think bishop b7 is... he can take it or he cannot take the pawn. Not sure. So let's go bishop on c8 just to be safe. Safety first. There is no rush at all for black in the current position, so we can enjoy the game. Let's go the move a5. We close the b file. Nothing is gonna happen on the b file for a very long time. Next, in case he takes, we will be taking, and then we have a nice structure plus the b pawn, so this should be a very good position. But we can play first the move rook a7. He goes back. All right. So slowly we are pushing. Next, we should be able to open something here. So what should we open? We need to think how to win the current game in a nice way. Maybe let's switch the flanks. So knight on b5, he just moves there and back, so we are playing the move g5. We try to advance a little bit here. Next, let's get the g file. And very soon I think it's gonna be very difficult for white to hold everything at the same time. Now we're getting, of course, into bullet territory, so we should play quickly. Maybe rook on g8 to putting some more pressure. And something like bishop d7 just to be safe. Bishop on f3. Now we should be able to win some material. I think we can just take here. And we can take on g1. We take. Now we play bishop on d2. So the pawn on f4 is falling next. And it should be a win. So we're taking the pawns. We are taking now the knight on c5. That's it. So, step by step, we managed to win, but in the beginning, it was a very difficult game for us. Especially this king h2 has been so impressive by our opponent. Very good play, but then slowly, somehow we managed to outplay endgame step by step. In case you like my comments, in case you're enjoying our channel, VChess, of course, like and subscribe. Not to miss the next streams and maybe to become a little bit better chess player step by step. So, we have the Sicilian defense with the move knight on c6. A lot of players are playing this knight on f6. Okay, let's go with the move knight c3. Before, I've been taking on c6, but both is alright. g6. Why not to push e5 now? What is happening after the move e5? Not sure. Let's play. e5. Attacking the knight on f6. I think knight on g4 is sort of forced because what else? Then I would like to take. So this is what we do. We take. And now we have just simple castle or h3 first. The knight is obliged to take this not a very beautiful position on h6. Maybe also to play d3, bishop f4 is looking fine. So I don't know. I don't know what is the best, so let me just castle short side. So we play very simple moves here. Rook e1, just holding the pawn on e5. In case there is more pressure, we have this queen e2, so that's fine. Now, is it time for h3 or still d3? Maybe d3. I don't know where the knight wants to go next. Still, he plays knight h6, knight h6, so maybe we saved like a little bit. We saved a small tempo. I don't think it's very important, but still. Now we can attack the pawn like that. We can attack the pawn with a move knight on e4. What is better? Or we should not attack the pawn at all? This is a question. What should we do next? I think bishop f4 is looking good. So there is no reason to play bishop e3 because anyways our knight gets to f5. Yes, this is what we see. So I'm trying just to save a little bit of tempos. Now, usually queen on d2 is a way to play the current position. Now we can involve knight e4. Do we need it? Okay. It's like 50-50, maybe. Okay, let's go with the move knight e4 first. So we attack the pawn on c5. It has to be defended by the move b6. There is nothing better. And then we're gonna go with the move queen on d2. So we play against the bishop on g7. Thank you very much for all the nice comments. b6, queen on d2. Let's see what we have in the comments. Can you play a Catalan setup with white and explain the middle game ideas? Okay, sometimes we have the Catalan, so you have to be patient. We have all the different openings here. e4, d4, c4, knight f3. So I'm playing everything. Just that we have, yeah, this kind of mix. In the current game, what do we have? Bad bishop on g7. Still, it is a bishop pair, so black is not doing bad here. I think it is pretty normal play for both. So to play the move c3 or not to play the move c3 is a question. Usually it's better to put something like b3, but I think maybe black is able to take on c5. This is it might work to take next. So we have to do something against it. We can play knight on g3 immediately, but then we give up on the b2 pawn. Is it a good idea to give up on the b2 pawn? Not sure. Not sure if we should do that. That's why maybe the move c3 looks not so bad first. Now the pressure is going to be on the d3 pawn. It is not ideal. The pawn on d3 is weak. On the other hand, I think I should be able to defend the pawn on d3, so it's gonna be fine. Now knight on g3. This was my idea. We're aiming to get this bishop h6. In case we have bishop h6 on the board, I believe white should be doing a little better. Bishop a6, strange play. This is a play into nowhere. Yes, it is attacking the pawn on d3, but I have this c4 push at any given moment, so the bishop is just going to be a bad piece there. Maybe first to play rook to d1, because there is no rush to play the move c4. Next is going to be the move c4, and bishop is badly placed on a6 in the long run, obviously. We are aiming for bishop on h6. This is a dream. Rook on d8, so now probably we'll play the move c4 because d3 pawn is under attack. So let's continue with the move c4. Queen is under attack. Queen has to go back. I don't think there's something else. To get the queen on d4 is possible, but there is rook e4 even coming with a tempo. I'm not sure that this is what black wants. So we can anticipate the move queen on d7, and now you see that after queen on d7, what a poorly positioned bishop on a6. The bishop is just doing nothing. There is only one target, and it is a pawn on c4, but white should be able to avoid this kind of tricks in most of the cases, so I don't think that this is dangerous. I might be able to have the bishop h6 next, finally, actually. Bishop h6. And I believe that white is gonna have a better position because we're gonna attack the king. Having the knight queen is a perfect combo to attack, and the bishop is completely out of the game, doing 0. So rook might get over e4 to h4. Actually, beautiful maneuver here. Rook e4 and rook on h4. So I think black is under heavy pressure. Also a little bit weird that he's thinking for so long. Queen e6 been played. Okay, but what is he going to do with a bishop on a6? I can play simple move b3, I think, because there is this little threat of bishop takes c4. So I think it's too early to play the move bishop h6. It doesn't really work. Even maybe it does. I have this queen g5. I don't know if it is working or it is not working. But this looks also rook e4, so looks very good. Rook e4, rook d7. We go with the move bishop on h6. Rook on d8, take, rook on h5. Looks like a checkmate to me. Is it just winning? Might. So we can go with the move rook e4. Looks very good. Alright, let's go with the move rook e4 first. Because I wanted to go with the move b3. It is like 100% better position for white, but maybe rook e4 is even better. Because now we have a direct threat. Bishop h6 we would like to take and get the rook to h4, so it's like straightforward. Bishop on a6 is completely out of the game. It means that we have an extra piece in the attack, so it should be good. It should be good. Let's see what do we have in the chat. Some heavy discussion. In case you have some chess questions, please do ask me your chess questions. You will get an answer from me or from someone in the chat. We have many good guys in the chat, so don't be shy to ask your questions. Now bishop h6, this is what I wanted to play, but let's double check if this is actually working. So we're gonna take the rook h4 idea. Is there a defense for black? Doesn't look like there's a defense, so might be a checkmate. There is some kind of rook d3 in between move. This is maybe what our opponent wants to play. So bishop here, bishop takes, there's rook takes d3 first. Not so easy, not so easy. So maybe let's go first with a move b3 to defend against this rook on d8. That's quite pity that there is rook to d3 because we almost won the game. Queen on e3. Let's be a little bit cautious here, not to blunder something. Bishop is still completely out of the game, so we should be doing very well. Next move, maybe h4 first to avoid this bishop takes c4 somewhere a little bit tricky. Bishop h6, h4, this is our ideas, what we want to play next. Let's see if this is going to work. So, let's see. We are getting a little bit lower in time, so we'll be playing faster soon. Our opponent is also considering his options. So, let's see. We have 4 minutes 20, 1 minute less than our opponent, but we have a good position, so this should be fine. b5, as we said, he likes to sacrifice. We go with the move h4, so I'm avoiding this kind of bishop takes c4 tricks. We keep the bishop dead as long as we can. The bishop is horrible on a6. Next, maybe the move h5, maybe the move bishop a6. Let's see what happens. Or we play this kind of king h2. Move h5 played by our opponent, not a bad move, so he is fighting very well. Now can we take c5, takes d3? This is like not 100% sure, and there is this queen on g4 eventually coming next, so maybe we just prevent first the move queen on g4, so there are no tricks. Next we're gonna go away and then we're gonna push something here. So still, our core idea is to play against the bishop on a6, and it looks like slowly, step by step, we're getting there. Of course, still a long way to go, but step by step. Nice move again, rook on d4. Our opponent is playing a very, very good game. Is there bishop takes c4 coming next? Yes, there is, so we have to be careful here with white. I think I should take. I don't like to take, but I think I should. This is pity. This is pity that we have to take. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this, but I don't see a better play for white. Okay, we take. I don't see something better. There should be something better, but we're running slowly out of time, so I have to be very, very careful. And can we go with the move knight e4? There's bishop takes e5, knight c5, bishop takes f4. Wow, this is working. This seems to work for black. Unbelievable that this is working. Knight on e2 first. This is not a move to play. I thought knight e4 should be good, but maybe this is just a mistake. Very strange, because he's playing piece down, so how is it possible to be good when you're a piece down? This is very unusual. How to play now? How to play here with the white pieces? No idea. No idea. Maybe rook on b1, but I'm not sure, because he has a sacrifice here on f4, so this is going to be very uncertain. Maybe I'm better, so he is not sacrificing, and he lets me play the move knight e4, so he should not have done that. Knight e4, now knight on g5 and knight on c5, two threats simultaneously. I think we are doing now much better, because king h7 was not the best. He had to do something quick. Still, bishop down. It's just so hard to imagine that in a long run you're playing a position where the bishop literally has no moves except bishop c8, which is a move into nowhere. So that's why it looks like white should be better in most of the cases. Once you play with a piece down, usually it is not the right approach. We have the move queen on f5. Now I can take the pawn. What is happening? Bishop is hanging, so I cannot do that. Let's maybe play the move e6. This is of course not a bad play, but I think we can give a check first. If I'm not mistaken, let's give. Should we give? Let's give a check first, yeah. Now we give this check here. Is it a winning position? And I thought I can just go back with the idea bishop h6. Let's double check, because also e6 is looking like a win. But I think I should just go back, because nothing is hanging. So just go back. We have bishop h6 coming next. As you can still see, the bishop is just doing nothing. So I'm playing basically with a piece up. And yeah, to win a piece up position would be something that is quite expected, I would say. Still, it is a fight, because so little time on the clock. Rook takes d3. Now we can take to be with a piece up, or we can take, and there's perpetual check. This is the idea of our opponent. Let's think a little bit. We still have a little bit of time left on the clock, because here, check, knight on f2, check, check, check. I'm thinking it's not a perpetual check, so we are actually winning. Or should I just go with a piece up position, which is also winning? I think this is safer, so let's take. Just more easy, because we have the bishop h6 coming next, and we're gonna win the rook next. So this position is completely winning position, obviously, for white. We just need to be careful here, because we have a little bit shortage, time shortage on. So let's see if we're able to win the current position. We should be able. I'm quite positive we should be able. The king is so safe here. King is just so safe. So let's maybe play some tricky move. Let's get knight on c5, and then let's get the queen into the game. Now, of course, we give a check. We give a check. And is it already game over or not yet? I think it might be already a game over. Our opponent is thinking that he's gonna crush us on time, but not so easy. Not so easy to win on time. And that's it. That's it. The next move is a checkmate. I give you... Boom! We have the F button. Next move is a checkmate. So all in all, we had a good strategy in the current game. So, good strategy. White is winning mate in one. Try to think for yourself if you see the mate in one. So, obviously, we are giving now the mate in one. Queen on g5. Checkmate. Alright. Checkmate on the board. Take a look. We checkmate the king in the center of the board. Actually happening not very often. For those of you who saw queen g5, yeah, excellent. Excellent, yeah. Quite a rare checkmate here with a queen on g5. So in case you like this kind of checkmates and my comments, obviously like and subscribe to the chess. Will be your favorite channel. Hopefully. Okay, let's go with our next game. We are always playing games against random opponents. What is this? This looks like a little joke. So we play against someone with ABS. Imagine, in case you forget your password, how long you have to type. This is crazy. So f4 d5, normal play. And as usual, I will be playing against one of you per stream. So in the current stream, let me see. Maybe Osmani64. Are you there? Osmani, let me know if you are here. In case Osmani, you are here, let's play a chess game. So, HDBM, yeah. It's better to stay. I think there is a strong GM and a beautiful girl, yeah. So, all of us have different advantages. Osmani, please write something in the chat in case you're here the next game against you, in case you want to play. If not, we're gonna take somebody else. So, queen is under attack. We have to be careful with our queen. Let's go back to maybe d6. So we're attacking the pawn on f4. A little bit strange opening by our opponent. So d3. Now we have to get out the bishop from f8. Usually the right approach is to play the move g6, bishop g7. Bishop is going to take a beautiful long diagonal position on g7. Osmani, where are you? Osmani is not here. Osmani64 is not with us any longer. So the next is actually the next on the list I wrote down, it's Bean. Bean, are you? Yeah, Bean is here. Bean, you want to play a chess game next, or you're shy as well? Bishop on e3. Can we go straight away with the move knight on g4? No, we cannot, because there's knight on e4 and the queen would be in trouble. So we can go with simple move b6, defending the pawn. We can go knight on d4 eventually, or we just play short castle. Why not to play the move short castle? So I think I should. Knight on e4, not very dangerous. Knight on b5. I don't believe in moves like knight on b5. I did not calculate it well, but it looks too bad to be played. Knight on b5. Wow, what is this? But this looks terrible because you have the both pieces under attack. I think I should be able to win something after the move knight on b5. So queen d7. His idea is to take, of course, but this is looking so dangerous. I have knight on d5 as well. Wow. Can something work like the current play? I don't believe in this, so let's just go back to the 8. Let me read what we have. We have Bean. Bean, what did you say? We play the next game or no? Where is Bean? Bean is shy. I'm here. I will play. These are the words by Bean. Excellent. So after the current game, please challenge me. 10-minute game, Bean. And please remind me again on your account name. So we have bishop takes c5. Now we have queen a5 with a pin. a4, a6. We want to take the knight here on b5. Is this not just a win? Also, we have knight on d5 first. We have knight on d7 first, attacking b2, attacking f4. This is crazy. This is crazy. We have so many good options. What should I play? I think knight on d5. Let's go according to my feeling without calculation. Let's play just simple and eventually solid chess. We play the move knight on d5. f4 is under attack. b2 is under attack. The guy is playing instantly. This is a little bit strange. So we have to be very cautious against people who are playing instantly because or they are extremely strong or something weird is going on. So we have knight on d4. What is knight on d4? Everything is hanging and he plays instantly the move knight on d4. It is or genius move or it is just super bad because I think we have a win now on the board. I think knight on d4 is a serious mistake by white. So he was just bluffing with all this instant plays. Is it a bluff, by the way? Not so easy. I thought I'm winning, but maybe I'm not. But I think I am. I am winning. I'm winning. We push the F button. Boom. We push the F. Once you see the F, it means black has a way to win straightforward. Or sometimes we push it also for a great positional idea, but now we can win the game. Straightforward win. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Calculate a little bit for yourself. Propose your ideas in the chat, of course. Then we can compare. Try to be active. As more active you are, as faster you learn. Because you are trying to compare. And this is why, let's say, in case you want to become a very good chess player, you have to take a coach. So coach is teaching you. So basically you propose something. Coach is saying, good idea. Or coach is saying, no, this is idea not for the position. So here we have the same. Try to think for yourself. What could be the winning idea? And then we will compare. Okay, let's go. Let's go with a tactic. It is. We take first on d4 in case you found this solution. Very, very good. So knight takes on d4. Now, there are two options. To take with the knight or to take with the bishop. So there's nothing else. In case bishop takes, we are going to take knight takes and there is knight e3. So we have the knight on e3. Attacking queen, rook, knight on d4 is going to fall. In case of knight takes d4 and now comes the key move, it is not knight on e3 because there is crazy knight on c6. This is insane, this move knight c6 because queen under attack, but our queen is also under attack. So in case of knight takes, we are switching the strategy, and I think it is queen c7 or b6. So let's double check. Take a look at this very, very beautiful knight on e3, knight on c6. What a comeback by white. This is incredible because it feels like game over, but it is not, and maybe actually it is. Let's double check because I stopped to calculate. Knight e3, knight on c6, knight on d1, knight on d8, only move. Now we go back, knight on e3. We are attacking the rook. The bishop takes the pawn and we play the move rook e8 and this is still a win, yeah. So this is still a win. Knight on e3 is winning because I thought it might be not enough because of this crazy knight on c6 move, but it is still a win. On the other hand, to play the move b6 in the current position is also a win. The bishop on c5 is under attack. The bishop cannot be moved. The knight is hanging. And in case of b6, knight on c6, we play the simple move, queen on c7, and that's it. So it is a piece up. We have to take a decision, knight on e3 or the move b6. Very interesting. What would you do here? Would you play the move b6 or would you play the move knight on e3? Let me know in the chat. Which decision would you take? By the way, no, I miscalculated. I cannot go knight e3 because there is bishop e3. Ooh. So I will be taking pawn on b2 in case we have the knight here, here. Yeah, it is a win still because we have the e file. So it is still a win. b6 or knight on e3, both seems to be winning. Let's double check because sometimes it's so tricky and very easy to make a mistake. b6, there is a move like bishop on f3. Still we play the move bishop b7 first. I think there is no escape. So knight on e3. I also don't see any kind of escape. So which move we play? What should we play? And let's decide now because the time is running out. I think let's go with the move b6. I like this move. Or yeah, take. Is it the move to be played, or to go with the endgame? Okay, let's go b6. Doesn't matter. I think it doesn't matter. We have to play a move. I think b6 is just a move that straight away wins a piece. So after winning a piece, obviously the game is over. We have the move knight on c6. I would like to go with a queen on c7 or a queen on d7. I don't know where is the difference. So let's go with a move. Is there a difference? Queen c7 maybe? I understand the knight is under attack, but the knight is falling now on c6, so it should be over very soon. Or maybe I have missed something. In the chat, we have both knight on e3 and the move b6, okay? More people would have played the move b6, so same as me. I think we're capable of taking here. I see the move c4, but I think it is not working. This is what I've been calculating. So we have bishop e7, we go bishop rook e8. There is a move c4 coming. Then we take, bishop takes, and we have queen c5 check. So he cannot win the move. He cannot win the rook there. So we play rook e8. Let's double check. c4, take. Queen. He's playing the line, so we don't need to double check it. We can just play it. Bishop takes. We have the intermediate move check. And obviously it is game over because we are a full piece up. We should have enough time to win the game under normal circumstances. So let's hope I will not blunder something heavy. Once we are piece up, we just change the pieces. Pawn for these two pawns is not so much, so not enough compensation here for white to be able to be back. This should be quite an easily winning position now for black. So by the way, we have a new VChess crew member. Welcome. Thank you for the support. The name of the new VChess member is Rump Bin TV. Difficult name you have, man. So queen is under attack. Can we take it? I think we can. So why not to take it? We just take the pawn on d4. He gave us a pawn. He goes for even more changes. So strange, a little bit strange play by our opponent. Maybe he tries to win on time, but as you saw, I'm quite slow, but not that slow. So I think should be enough time to win the current game. We are going to change as well the bishop here on d5. So we're just gonna eat the bishop away. Next, bishop on b2. So he changes. Okay, of course we say every change brings us nearer to a winning position. So of course we change. Next, we're gonna take the pawn on d5. If he likes to change pieces, we like it too. No problem. So he would like to take the pawn. We can just defend the pawn. Of course, we can also let him take changes. Nothing but way to let him take. We are winning the pawn on d5. Next, bishop c5. Attacking the rook. Next, we're going to play the rook on d2. This cannot be avoided, so it can be avoided by the move rook e2, but then we play bishop b4 and rook to d2. He is not even trying to avoid, so we will be taking away all the pawns from the position of white. Rook b4, rook on a4. etc., etc. So simply let's collect the pawns, and then let's promote to a queen. A simple strategy, a very efficient strategy. In case you're having a winning position, just try to make the things as easy as possible. Everything is protected, which is important. So next, he's giving us some more pawns. Okay, let's take. Then let's get the rook back. This changes nothing. Rook is back. A4, A3, and that's it. He thinks that he might win on time, but this is very difficult. 1 minute 31 is usually enough in such positions to win the game. So as you can see, the pawn is walking. Now the next pawn is walking. So there is no rush at all. We can bring the king. Our opponent still continues playing the current game. I think resignation could be not a bad option here for white. Just for fun, let's save the pawn. Of course, not a must, but just for fun. Now we have so many pawns more. Let's give this little check. In case of king h4, I will push the F button. Yes, it's time to push the F because we have a direct checkmate. Boom. So, black to play. You can give a checkmate in 2 moves. Of course, black is completely winning, but still, there is a beautiful checkmate. So, think for yourself. How would you deliver now a checkmate to the position of white to the white's king? And obviously, like and subscribe to our channel VChess. Not to miss tactics, positional ideas. We have also very nice educational shorts, by the way. Why nobody watches shorts? They are so good, the shorts, especially I think the last one was really nice, but there are almost no views. I'm very surprised on that because it's so good. You're learning endgames for free. Do 30 shorts and you will improve in your endgame play, but seems like not everyone wants to improve. That's pity. All right, black is giving a checkmate. Very good to those of you who see this kind of checkmate within 2 moves. Excellent. We give a checkmate. Just 20 seconds on the clock, but it is enough. The next move is a checkmate. Boom. Nice game. Nice game. We won it slowly in the opening. It looked like he played so quick, but then we had the tactic, and that's it. Now, Bean, where are you? Where are you, Bean? With your offer. Next, we play our VChess supporter, one of the biggest VChess supporters. It is Bean. And Bean, what is your nickname? Oh, I didn't know there was a shorts. I will look at them. Bean, first challenge me, and then you can check out the shorts. People are waiting. Don't let the people wait, Bean. We have the game. Okay, Bean, as usual, 10 minutes. We play always 10 minutes, except there's a very little time left. So, 10 minutes, Bean. Let's go, let's go, let's go. People are waiting. Grande Nubito. Yes, this was Bean, but I don't see you. Challenge me. Challenge me, Bean. People are waiting. Let's make some little bit of pressure on Bean before the game. Yeah. So, till Bean is challenging us, what should we do? I can tell you a little joke I saw somewhere. Gran Nobito. Here. Gran Nobito. Let's go. So, we are playing the game against Bean. Let's go. Bean. Let's start with a move D4 against Bean. Where are the supporters of Bean? Make some noise. Make some noise in the chat. Those of you who are supporting Bean. And by the way, we have an issue with the music. It stopped. So let's start again the music. So we have chess, we have music, we have positional ideas, we have tactical ideas. We have everything here on the stream. Grand Nobito, Bean is playing King's Indian versus me. If this is going to be a happy ending game. Let's see, let's see. For the moment, it is a main line. All is pretty normal. D6, Knight on f3, the main line of the King's Indian. Let's go with a main line. Bishop on e2 next, and short castle. This is the very main. So, short castle, bishop on e2. For the moment, everything is as usual. Everything as usual. Bean is playing the classical King's Indian defense. e5, the main move, knight on d7, c5, a rare continuation, but not a bad move, not a bad play. Short castle. Now in case c takes d4, knight takes d4, we are going into Maruti structures. So the structures is not called, are not called anymore King's Indian structures. This is going to be a Maruti structure after cd and knight takes d4. So we have here the two pawns. The black is going to develop the knight on c6, immediately knight on c6 by Bean. So usually more common take than knight on c6. But the idea of black is obvious, trying to provoke me into playing d5, but alright, I will get provoked. So d5 comes now with a tempo, and knight is under attack. So the knight has to be moved somewhere. We have options of knight a5, which is looking normal, but on the other hand, the knight is going to be a little bit on the side. We have this knight on e5, which is also something normal, but the problem is that I'm going to take the knight, and now we have here the structure, which is killing the bishop on g7. So every King's Indian player is very upset in case the bishop is closed. So we go with the move bishop e3, attacking the pawn on c5, and we have the nice development. For those of you who are new to chess, one of the most important basic concepts of chess is develop first, and then you think what you are going to play later. We have bishop on g4 by Bean. Oh, this is not the best move. White is winning now. I will push the f. Bean deserves the f now. So, why bishop on g4 is not the best? Most of you, I guess you recognize, you see already why the bishop g4 move is not the best, but we should, of course, not make fun out of Bean, because he just makes his first steps into the world of chess. So it's completely normal to make mistakes. This happens, and I think it's good that Bean is not afraid. He gives his best. This is very important, so I'm 100% sure that Bean will be a good chess player, and in case he continues investing into trying to be a better chess player. So we win the pawn on g4 now. Well, piece up for white. Piece up is a lot. The only advice I would give to Bean is to play a little bit slower. So he did this move so quickly, and it was a decisive mistake. So I mean bishop g4. So before doing something aggressive, develop your pieces, and with the move bishop g4 it goes against the strategies, because not even it blunders a piece, but as well, before doing something active you have to get out with your pieces. You cannot be active just with one piece. It doesn't work in most of the cases. So I think here is an important piece of an advice to most of the players actually. Get your pieces out, later do something. I don't know why this mistake is so common. Not so many players are developing first and attacking later. We have so many games, even by good players, where they try to be very active, but there's zero development. It doesn't work in chess. It doesn't work. When I was giving lessons to one young talented boy, I always been telling him, in case you believe you are a hero, rethink it twice. In 9 cases out of 10 you're not, you're just making a mistake. So you have to be this kind of you must have this self-awareness that in most of the cases where you would like to play a complex move, it's gonna be a mistake. So you have to put sometimes this kind of break to your own ambitions. And this goes to every level of player. When I was playing at the top, I have been quite a good chess player, but many times I had to break myself from doing some stupidity because I felt, yeah, let's push, and I had to tell myself, no, don't do that. Because in 9 out of 10 cases, this is just a mistake. So just by doing that, you might improve your results very, very much, because it's like in tennis, don't make unforced errors. This is the key. We have the move Queen a5 by Bean. We are capturing now this other pawn here on h6. And being a piece up, of course, White is having almost a winning position. But for the rating of 313, Bean is fighting very well. So this is, I think, Bean, we will see Bean in a year time on at least 1200. You will see, guys. I'm guaranteeing that. Bean always with us. He's following the streams. He's writing his comments in the stream. So he tries to become a better chess player, and that's the key. In case you try to become a better chess player, you will become a better chess player. So Bean, I think, soon will be on 1200. I'm quite sure in that. Yes, it takes a little bit more of time, but Bean will be there. King on f7. We have now a beautiful move here with the white pieces. We can give a check on e6. Very unpleasant check. The king has only one move to go. It is king on e8. There's nothing else. And we're capable of winning this bishop, or to play the move d6. Both is winning, so I don't know what is more easy. Maybe to take the bishop, so why not to take the bishop in case we can take the bishop. Next move is gonna be the move d6. And yeah, it is looking already very much like a game over for Bean. The time distribution not perfect, so in case you're losing a game, at least try to spend more time, because you don't need time after the game. As simple as that. So Bean playing a little bit too quick. It doesn't matter, again, the level of play, just the time distribution is not perfect from Bean. We have the move queen on d6. Alright, we can go for this kind of endgame. Rook up, 2 pieces up. This is an easily winning endgame, obviously, so yeah. King on d7, let's continue. Taking the pawns. Rook on h8, we play the move f4, so the rook is going to join the game. And there is no escape anymore for Grande Nobito, a big fan of the chess. He's always with us from the very beginning. The same, I think the very first, by the way, has been Hadi BM, I think. Hadi, you've been the very first who really stayed almost all the streams. And after the move rook h4, we have a chance of giving a checkmate, and it is rook f8. Alright, in case we check the game, the beginning of the game is excellent, no problems in the current position. It's, I think, a little bit better first to take on d4, then to get a knight on c6, so we have the Maroczy structures, knight on c6, and then knight on e5, not the best. So it's better to play the move knight on a5. Yes, of course, this is also not like a great position, but to close your own bishop when you're playing the King's Indian is not a solution. And here comes the biggest mistake of the game, bishop g4, and it Bean played it very quick, just 15 seconds. 8 minutes 30 on the clock, so Bean, pay more attention on how do you spend your time. Way too fast, way too quickly. Played bishop g4, and yeah, the game is immediately done. So let's go with the next rapid game. Bean, I hope still you enjoyed the game and you take conclusions. So most important, take conclusion. Try not to make the same mistake the next time. Very important. Try to become better. So you play a game, you become better. You play a game, you become better. This is the only way to improve. Very important. So we have the next game. e4, and let's go with a Spanish opening, bishop on b5. Spanish opening, one of the oldest openings, by the way. The Spanish d6 line, tricky line by our opponent. And we have different ways of playing this position, but let's play with the move bishop c6. It looks a bit weird because we play bishop f4, bishop c6, but the idea is to play the move d5. So it's not like it is super bad or it is ridiculous. No. It has some ideas. So our idea is to play this position. Now our idea is to castle short side. And main idea is to get e5 or the move knight on f5. So we can choose. Idea also queen f3 is not bad at all, so maybe let's go the move queen on f3. We have two different ideas. Bishop f6, very unusual. We have the knight f6 idea usually. Now, can we finish the game here or get a big advantage with white? I think we can. So this is almost the F button, or maybe even the F button. I think it is the F button here because I don't see a good defense for black. We are capable of getting much better position, so it is the F. Boom! We have the boom on the board. Try to figure out for yourself what is the next move by white, how to achieve quite a serious advantage here with the white pieces. So, try to think a little bit for yourself, in case you can find the next solution. Very, very good, very good. So don't guess the move. Again, try to analyze for yourself. Try to become a better chess player. That's why you are here. How can we get a much better play? Yes, we can play some normal moves. Let's say knight f5, rook d1, something like this. This position might be a little better for white, but it is not much. We have here a solution that might lead already to position which might be with serious advantage. Let's play the next move. Let's see what happens. I believe it is a move e5. For those of you who saw the idea, e5, very, very good. Very, very good. Pawn takes on e5. Our opponent is blitzing out his moves instantly. I don't know why is he doing that. So we take on c6. Queen is under attack. There is only queen c8, like a move that is making sense. And after queen on c8, for example, we have the move rook e1, winning the pawn on e5 next. Like an example, I think we have also a couple of different options, but rook e1 is looking very, very good. I have no idea why he played so quick. So after the first 10 moves, he has spent just 20 seconds, got a very bad position, and is suffering now. Bedtime distribution, yeah. So it's important to think in the right moment. It is so important. In case you look at the games of the top chess players, sometimes they play very quick and sometimes they're taking their time. So one of the key things in chess is to recognize the moment when you feel the position is changing a lot. So there's a big change in the position. There's some tactics, or from a normal game you go into an endgame. Or you have some decisive moment where you have some strange distribution of material, etc, etc. So you have to feel the moment when you have to think. It is crucial. It is just so important. So let's see. What do we have in the chat? I see in the chat some guys after the stream would like to play some chess games. That's nice to see. So my streams are motivational. That's good, that's good. Now let's come back to the current game. So queen is under attack. We see the move queen on c8. I think rook on e1 is something that is making sense because we just want to grab the pawn on e5. There might be something else as well, but why not proceed with a simple rook on e1? We try to win the pawn on e5, so knight takes e5 is coming next. The king is still on e8. All of this is looking quite bad for our opponent, but it's still a fight. So this is still a fight. It's not like it is over. It is still a fight. So let's see. In case you like my comments, obviously like and subscribe. Join the VChess community. We have great things to come in the future. already now we have very nice books in PDF for straight download. You can check the Shopify store in 1 second. You can have our book, and we have many books, and of course there are a couple of books of your streamer, of me. We did a lot of books, I think 5 or 6 books with Balog Chaba Grandmaster. He was a very strong Grandmaster, 2670. They took with the Hungarian team the bronze medal at Olympiad. Excellent books. You can download, takes you 5 seconds, and you can improve your chess game by yourself. So we have the move knight on e7. Let's go back to chess after the short promotional break. Knight on e7. Now take the pawn or not to take the pawn. We can also take on e7 because the king has to stay in the center, and this looks of course horrible with the king on the center because we play simple move like bishop on f4 for example, and winning the pawn on e5. We can also take on e5, but now black probably will be castling short side, so there's no direct win. That's why I like to take first on e7 because I want to keep the king in the center. It feels to me, yes, knight e5, good move, no good move, nothing to say wrong about the move knight e5, but I think the pawn is gonna fall in any case. And in case we can keep this king in the center, it will give us even more benefits, so we have additional benefits. Bishop on e7, what happens in case I take the pawn? Not sure, so let's take the pawn, no. Bishop e6 is probably the move by black. Yes, we have the move bishop e6, but now we have many ways to continue. Here's the pressure. For example, we have this queen on c6 checks, feels so unpleasant. King f8 doesn't look good, but bishop d7 to go back is looking maybe even worse. I don't know, is it not just a straight win? Let's see. We can always come back with a queen, so this is a funny thing, so we can give a check. Bishop d7 is possible, but we can come back and get the same position in case we would like to, but I think we should do something better than that. King on f8. Now we are on a last stage of our mission, is to give a checkmate, because king on f8, it feels like it is a sad story. This is a sad story. Before the final blow, we need to get all the pieces. Let's get the knight on c3. So let's see what happens next. Hadi, thank you very much. We're Naiditsch club. No, VChess. I'm not the only one. We have already quite a big team. As you can see, it's not so easy to control everything, a lot of small things to do every day, so we have a team, and of course thank you for the full team. Not so easy. Sometimes the people that are doing the great work are not visible immediately, so it's not just me. Rook on e5 is under attack. Should we put the rook to e4, or should we later put the knight on e4? So we just put the rook somewhere, e2 for example, I think. I don't know, where is the best position for the white rook? It looks like both is good. Where should we put the rook? We can just play the move rook e4, followed by the move bishop f4 next. This endgame should be close to winning, I think. Let's go with the move rook e4, I don't know. Or just e1, just not to care, but maybe rook e2, a little bit smarter. Always is decisions. Decisions is a tougher thing in chess. To play some random move is so easy, but once you have to take a decision, it is so tricky. So let's go to rook on e4. Okay, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's put the rook somewhere, because these hesitations are just making me feel bad. In positions where you see you should be winning, I think, yes, it's important to consider your options, but too much to hesitate. This is winning, this is winning, this is good, this is even better. No. Oh, we have a blunder on the board. We have a blunder, so we have another option to push the F button here. Boom. So we push the F. Please try to find a win for white in the current position. for many of you it's way too easy. It's way too easy, but still try to find a win. And after the current game, I think we'll have a little bit more time to play one Blitz game. So please, Blitz game against eventually Luke 7589. Are you here? What a nickname, by the way. In case you are forgetting your password, you will never remember your nickname. So Luke Saloy, are you here? We can play a game. Or Osmani64, maybe you are back. In case you're not, we have to choose somebody else. Maybe I Play Chess is here, big supporter of us. I Play Chess, are you following the stream or not yet? So let's win the game. Rook takes e6 for those of you who saw the move. Excellent little tactics, but still we have to recognize the tactic and we have to execute the tactic. So it is queen. Oh, I made a mistake almost. Whew. What a mistake. By the way, he could have gone king f7, then queen on d5. Ooh, lucky, because I thought I will just take, but there's this. Ooh, almost a blunder by me. But luckily, everything under control. We have the move bishop on g5, check, first defending from queen e1, checkmate, almost a blunder. Wow. And he resigns. Yeah, almost a blunder, but sometimes positions are just way too good, so it's enough to win. So let's play the last Blitz game against our supporters here on VChess. Where are the supporters? So Osmani here, last chance to play the game. Osmani not here. Then we have Luxol or I Play Chess, also big supporter. Are you here? No, in case you are not here. We have also Sai, but Sai is sometimes so silent, he's saying nothing, but he's often with us. Where is Sai? Sai, do you want to play a game? Also Sai, not yet here. Well, in case we don't have also Sai here, then next is Rampin TV. Rampin TV, you've been one of the first to say hello. Welcome, of course, to VChess. Rampin TV, are you here? In case you are, 3-minute game, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. People are waiting. Everyone is waiting for you. TV, let's go. Ramp TV. Oh, people are so shy. So shy to play a chess game. What is happening? HDBM suggested Solomon to be crushed today. Everyone is so shy to play a chess game from our VChess crew. What is going on? Ramp TV also is too shy, then maybe Ramp TV, where are you? Where are you? Okay, so since we don't have a chess game already, I called 5 people from the VChess club. Nobody's here. Let's see. No, Ram also not here. Okay, let's do something that usually I am not doing as towards end of the current stream. Let's play a 3-minute game. So it will be super fast. After 10 minutes, I will be playing now very quickly. I will try to comment on the game as good as I can, and the game is going to be, of course, super fast. So let's go with the move c5. We have the Sicilian defense, the closed variation. So it's gonna be a very fast game here. Every time you play a Blitz game, it feels like crazy fast after rapid. The usual h4 idea. Now let's go the move e5. All is pretty normal. Knight on e7, pretty standard. Everything. f4, risky. Let's take. Let's see what White is playing. Here comes the move h4. And let's take, so we are getting to the b pawn of white. Long castle, very, very dangerous. Still, white is going for it, and we get the knight on d4. Oh, he is missing. So we have the f, boom. He missed the pawn on b2, and of course, we will be taking the pawn on b2. What a miss by our opponent. He just resigns. No, this we cannot count even as a game. This is too fast. This is too fast. Let's play another one. This is not fair towards the end to have this kind of quick game. So let's play the next one. We have this 3-minute game, so we have to play very, very quickly. It feels so fast. Okay, we're gonna castle. And queen on e2. Let's get the rook on he plays bishop d7. A little bit strange play by our opponent, because I think we can just take. And knight on c3, so we are doing better. Rook on d1 next. Just a slightly better position out of opening, but alright. Not a bad start. Let's go with the move rook on d1. Never bad to have the rook there. Let's develop the bishop, and we try to win the pawn on d5 next in case we can. Queen a5. A little bit strange play. Let's go with the move a3. Is there a way to defend from the move b4? He doesn't care about b4. I don't understand the play of our opponent. It looks just terrible the way he plays. So black is under serious pressure already in the current position. Still, it is a fight, of course, but black is doing not so well here. Let's go. We have here the problem on the b6 square, the problem on the c file. Our opponent gave us so many tempos. Just insane way to do that. So, how can we win the current position? Not easy. Still not easy to win the game. Having a better position is step number one. Winning the game is still far ahead of us. So I think maybe to play bishop on b6 is looking good. We're attacking the queen. Let's see where the queen is gonna be moved. And next we will be, I think, changing here the bishop, which is also very, very good for white. So we are completely outplaying our opponent. Knight on d4. Now we have this beautiful knight versus a bad bishop position, so much better for white. Knight on c5 can be difficultly touched. Knight goes to f4 now. So we are much better. We have to be careful with the tricks. He has a couple of tricks, but maybe let's go with the move knight f4. We have little time. We have little time on the clock. He's not a very strong player, but we have little time, so we have to be careful. We can always take there. On d5, is it time to take? How to win the current position? I think queen on b2 is not looking bad. But it's very difficult to win the game with the white pieces. Yeah, this is a problem. How to win it? I don't see a win. Let's go here. Little time for us. The guy is very quick. He is very bad. Ooh, b5. What a terrible move. I think I would rather resign the game than play the move b5. But this is the way people play now online. No, this is b5 resignation. Just I would prefer really to resign than to play the move b5 because it's so bad. Showing total misunderstanding of chess because you have to put the pieces on reverse squares. Still, I think we will be losing the game because he's just so fast. I didn't play a long time the Blitz, so very difficult for me to be quick. We will be losing the game, but yeah. In normal scenario, I think to beat the guy should be very easy play. Oh, I blundered, yeah. I missed it, and that's it. We are losing, but... not yet, by the way. Yes, we are. We are losing because bishop defense, yeah. Okay, we lost the game, but this is the way that people play online. They're super bad, super fast. You need to play a lot of games to compete with them. And of course, we cannot comment on the game when you're playing a guy like that who is just playing horrible chess, because take a look at his moves as a total misunderstanding of chess. To play move like bishop d7, I mean, if I would be his coach, I would say switch the sports, because it's just not your sport. Bishop d7, not to understand that this is worse for a black. Okay, low level player, what to do? And then queen a5, completely wrong direction. Once again to allow white a3 and b4 with a tempo. So, okay, low level player. By the way, who is it? Just to check. Sergei Sklokin, no idea, never heard of him. Maybe not even a real player, so maybe just some fake account, because looks like that. Okay. What to do? This is Blitz in Blitz. You have to play a lot of Blitz games. You have to be very, very quick. Otherwise, there is no chance. So this is normal for a Blitz game. Alright, that's it from today's stream. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope we had some good games in general. Of course, I'm playing just Rapid because I'm never playing online Blitz. It makes no sense to me. So, I hope we see us eventually tonight on the second stream, approximately 8:30 p.m. I will be back. So, that's it for today. Hope to see you today evening. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned some things. I think we had quite interesting games, so step by step. In case you would like to switch from Rapid to Blitz, it is not possible so easily. You have to play very quick. You have to be super fast with the mouse. You have to not to care about understanding anything about chess. So this is completely different game. We are just playing Rapid because then we can have the educational streams. Good. All right. So wish you a great day. Eventually see you tonight. Thank you for watching, and bye.